You know, we are so lucky here in the Northeast because the Cleveland Museum of Art is one of the region's great cultural treasures, right? Thousands of works spanning centuries are there. So I remember when I first went, I thought, I'm not sure where to start. This is overwhelming.
It can be confusing. Yeah, it really can. Now the museum is reimagining their ArtLens exhibit. That's an innovative digital gallery space using technology to give visitors a very different way to explore its collection. Our Mike Polk Jr., who loves museums, stopped by for a first-hand look at the CMA's newest experience.
The Cleveland Museum of Art. It's world-renowned, it's free to the public, and it's packed to the gills with visual art dating back to the earliest recorded history. And that can be intimidating. However, the museum hopes that its newly revamped exhibit will help take such intimidation factors out of the visit by utilizing modern, interactive ways to approach and experience art.
This is ArtLens Reimagined. It's the third iteration of ArtLens Gallery. And the whole idea was some people thought that art museums weren't for them. This was an opportunity to give people the tool set because we really do believe there's something in art for everyone.
So how did you go about trying to make things more approachable to maybe art newbies?
We've really focused on immersive and inclusive. And that's about starting a relationship with the collection.
The exhibit is divided into areas themed to different ways of looking at art. This station, called Within Arm's Reach, lets you discover and save works to your phone.
I can open it up, it has all the information, and more importantly, where is it in the museum? Another really exciting thing we've done is we have talked to the art. 2 artworks, 2 muses. You can actually just ask it any question you want.
Hello there, I'm Cleo. What would you like to know about my painting?
How is the weather in the eternal realm of the muses these days?
The realm of the muses is timeless, so we know no weather, only the eternal light of inspiration.
Sick burn.
Then we have this thing right next to it called Paint the Past, ancient artwork from our collection. All these sculptures originally had colors and were painted. And simply by moving your arms, show the exact colors of what it looked like. You're able to create a portrait based on an artwork in our collection, create a textile. And then we have this huge wall that your artworks are immediately put on.
Like almost everything at the museum, the exhibit is free to all ages.
Is this part of the trap to try and get kids to like art early?
Honestly, it's of all ages. The whole point of it is to get you into the galleries with more confidence, with better ways of seeing, so that you're not just walking in and reading a label. You actually are able to look at and understand its historical nature in a really fun and exciting way.
Well, I'm going to take a look around and interact with myself a little bit if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I promise not to break anything.
This is Mike creating tomorrow's masterpieces today for 3 News.
It really was fascinating, you guys. A couple of things that I learned that I'm embarrassed I didn't know. Of course, all statues that we see used to be painted and they lost their paint over time. I should have known that. Like, you know, every statue you see that's white or stone or something like that, of course they were painted and the paint came off, but you can put it back on using that technology, which was really neat. Tricked me.
Wow.
Tricked a bunch of those kids in there, too. Really
I wouldn't have known they were painted. I just thought they were always done white.
Done white.
Right? That's just one of the embarrassing things that I learned. It's true. But that was really neat, and it is a neat way of getting kids engaged early.
Wow.
Got this great resource there, you know, but it's intimidating to a lot of people, particularly kids, I'd imagine. But you set them in there and give them some kind of applications that they understand from their phones and stuff. That's the way to get
They
it.
just fly, don't they?
When you said that to the woman, she was almost like, well, how do I want to answer this?
It's not
but
a
honestly, it's okay to use technology as a bait. It doesn't matter why they're learning. It just matters that they're learning. And it's a
100%.
beautiful way to do it.
I totally agree. When I was a kid, I was reading, my mom wanted me to read. She's like, I don't care if you're reading comic books. I don't care if you're reading Mad Magazine. Just keep reading. And so that tricked me into reading. And I still read today, Ma. I still read.
I saw Mad Magazine on his desk just a short while ago.
Now we know where he got his inspiration for his whole life.
Yep, indeed. Alfred E. Newman.
Mom.
Yeah.
Use the old swervy derv trick.
Go check it out, though. Neat thing.
Mike, thanks.
Very cool.
Great
Thanks,
piece.
Mike. Thank you.